Why can't people just be nice to each other? I don't understand it. Because nice is good, right? Nice means helping old people across the road and spending hours searching for a lost puppy. It's holding the door open for somebody and getting rewarded with a smile from a stressed mother juggling kids and grocery bags. Yet people say it with a wrinkle on their nose, holding the vowel sound for a bit too long. We should bring nice back. We need it more than ever. I'm standing outside the brownstone building that houses my nice job, working for the funny and nice boss who's been the chief editor at Smith & Carson Publishing since the 1970s. I've worked here for 13 years myself. It was my first job after finishing college, and I took it with a plan to save up enough money to move to New York and rise up the publishing ladder. And yet, here I am, at the age of 36, still working in the warm, leafy city of Charleston. Not even that Charleston. This one is in West Virginia, and I grew up here. It's only when I walk through the heavy wooden front door, shuffling sideways so I don't dent the box of donuts I'm carrying, that I realize something is slightly off. A grin pulls at my lips when I start to greet Sammy, the security guard cum receptionist who's worked here since, well, forever. Except Sammy isn't sitting behind the long glass reception desk that he's always buffing to a shine. In his place is a thin, bespectacled young man who keeps tapping at the keyboard in front of him and huffing. "Hi," I say brightly, because this little chink in my nice day is not going to spoil my post-vacation bliss. He looks up, and his eyes flicker over me and the donut box before he looks back down at his computer. "We open at 9, he says, his voice strangled. He's still jabbing at a key like he's trying to make a point. "It's okay. I work here," I tell him. "Is Sammy all right? I was expecting to see him today." He looks up, brows pulled tight. "Sammy?" "The security guard," I say. "Security Sammy." I smile because this guy's bad mood isn't going to defeat me. I don't think he's ever taken a day off before. "I've no idea." The man blinks. "It's my first day. I was sent over by the agency. I don't suppose you know how to book a meeting room, do you?" I patiently lean across the counter to show him how to use our ancient booking system. It's one of the many things I've nagged Richard, my boss, about. But he has an aversion to anything digital, and an even bigger aversion to listening to me describe how much easier all our lives would be if we upgraded our systems. If he had his way, we'd still be using a calendar in the center of the office to bag the best rooms. Not that I mind. He makes up for it in so many other ways. He's a good boss. He lets all of us do our own things while standing up for us when we need it. He's one of the reasons I'm still working here, rather than pursuing my original career plan. "Thank you," he trails off as I finish his booking for him. "Ava," I tell him helpfully. "Ava Quinn. I'm the commissioning editor at Smith & Carson, and also the sometimes assistant to the chief editor, the lead for technology integration, the event planner, and chief cheerer-upper. In a small children's publisher like Smith & Carson, our roles tend to be completely different from our job descriptions. That's why it's so difficult to recruit the right person when somebody leaves, but also why people stay here so long. No day is ever the same, and you can build your job into whatever you want it to be." "Matthew," he mumbles. "Here for one day and then out of here, I hope." I nod sagely. These systems aren't for everybody. Do you know if Mr. Austin is in yet? Matthew blinks. "Who's he?" "Richard Austin, the chief editor, the guy in charge." It's interesting how the blood drains from Matthew's face. "Oh, him. Yes, he's definitely in. He's the one I'm booking the boardroom for." "Great," I smile, because even if Matthew is only here for one day, he still deserves to feel welcome. "Oh, would you like a donut?" I hold out the box. I picked the sweet breakfast treats from the Camellia Bakery, owned by my friend, Lauren. It's on my way to work. Another reason I love living here, my pretty townhouse is a 15-minute walk from Smith & Carson. It's in the historic district, and I get to wave at Lauren and smell the sweet fragrance of the locust trees, their blooms hanging like white flowery grapes from their leafy boughs and casting dappled shadows on the sidewalk as I make my way to the office. "You bring donuts in for everybody?" he asks, looking suspiciously at the box I'm holding open.